I'm representing Feature Network Development. We are a Polish-based company, and we are more than 15 years in market. Together with our partners, we are delivering project management systems for international. Today, we are going to speak about why-isetia and agile methodologies. But as you know, our company also distributing different kind of solutions for different kind of needs, like Power Project, why-isetia, Kilos, CostOS, and we are Trimble partner for distributor for distributing the Trimble technology as well. Okay, today I just want to speak very specific example, and this example is a one pier construction. This is kind of project which I select. A pier means that we are having that kind of production in many cases in the road, railway, metro, highway, even pipeline transmission. So that if you are planning to cross over some location, you need to build some bridge, and we call the pier. And how the methods works. First of all, in this example, if you are doing on the water, first you need to have piling, and on the top of piling, we need to develop pile cap, and later on, we need to have pier elevation, so that this is the pier elevation, and this is the pile cap. Under the sea, we have a piling works, and later on, we need to have a pier head, which is that pier head is in this area. And sometimes we use steel decking, sometimes we use concrete decking, and we can also have it here, that steel decking. And this is individual percentage, which is that piling, we can say 10%, pile cap 25%, and pier elevations is 50%. I'm speaking about cumulative progress. And pier head is a 75%, and steel decking is, we can go 100%. This is physical construction progress, but we can also put it effort % complete or cost per person complete. So that this is just, I want to track for progress of the pier works. And how it works in our methodology, which we are implementing for many clients, that first of all, you can see that we are creating some boards, and in these boards, we are saying that piling work is a 10% and pile cap is a 25%, and pier elevation and pier head is in decking. And for agile, we do this way, that for writing the stage of construction, piling, pile cap, pier elevation, pier head, and steel decking, and these are the pier numbers, so that you can just say that, all right, we are ready to start. Ready to start means that if design is ready, if material on site, permission is done, contractors agreement is signed, so that we start pier 1, let's say, piling work. It means that we have 10% of pier 1 is completed. Then if we complete the piling, then we can move the pile cap. But at the same time, we can make documentation of the pier number 2, and we can start it for other piers following up the works. This is how we are entering the progress and managing the work during the construction, and our board lets you to track the progress status. It's a very graphical way, and when you look at it, or when your management look at it, and they can understand that pier 1 we have a 75% completed, and pier 2 is 25%, and pier 3 is 25%. And you can easily see that pier 4, 5, and 6 is not started yet, and you can ask questions. And also, this is just not about to track the status. When you construct the task or construction task, we have too many other factors which we would like to know. What are them? We can easily just check from the system. You can see that I'm just moving the post-its at the same time, understanding it. But in our system, it's look like this. In a moment, we will make a live demo, and in the live demo, you will easily understand what does it mean for status of the work, how we follow up. But let me just show you one thing, that to post it, we can put it comments, notes, actual dates, planned dates, condition of the works, risk, quality, stage logs, responsible person, progress, documents, cost, issues, effort, and checklist. So that you can integrate it, all the information in the peer work. So that let me just go now, our interface. isetia is a cloud-based system, which is that I log in my system just without any installation from the website as a check-in, and this is my projects. I can have it multiple projects. You can see that these are the projects which I'm working, and I can open, for example, project called Excel import projects, and you can see that I have 4 progress tracking boards. At the moment, I will show the peer construction, but you can use this method for design activities, production activities, maintenance activities, any kind of activities you have in your process, you can easily use it. So that now I open the board called Prince Selena Highway Crossing Projects. And when I open the projects, you can see that I have a board. Let me explain you. First of all, you can see here site section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4. It means that we have projects, 4 sections, and under each section have different number of the, let's say, peer. In 101, we have 10 peers. In 102, we may have 5 peers. In 103, we may have 30 peers. And in the 104, we may have 5 peers. This is the category and section phase. We can call also work breakdown structures, depends on how you are positioning here. On the top, we have status of the work like piling, pile cap, pier elevation, pier head, and steel decking. And you can see that this is the archive and completed work. I have here 2 tasks, all right? And you can just easily see that this 2 task status, but we will create it now, new one. And this is we call agile approach, and you can easily track expense, cards completed, effort completed from the here tracking. But what we do actually is different, not different than the other planning system. If you want, you can change the view to Gantt chart view, which is that you can see the same board in the site with the section 1, section 2, section 3, and 4. And you can see that here, these are the activities which we are going to plan. If you make it zoom, and you can easily see that I have here activities for the planned site works. And you can here see that this is the actual works. If you open the planned works, you can see my task. And here for the planned works, and you can see that I have some progress already for activity called FG. All right, so that you can see I have a Gantt charts for this, or I can have it Excel view. We can have it the same view in Excel, or we can have it the same view in Agile approach. Okay, all right. Let's start registering our first activity. Number 1, we need to decide we are going to have which section, so that if I select the section 2, I'm going to register my first peer activities. And here is saying that add the peers, so that I open for cards. And its numeric is coming that this is the unique ID for peer number 3. And you can write it here, the peer name, peer number 102,003. Okay. And planned start date, it's saying that the planned start date for this is 1st of January, or 3rd of January. You can say we would like to start at 5th of January, all right? And peer expected finish date, it's saying 8th of January or 8th of March. We can say we would like to finish, let's say, 1st of March, okay? So that you can just select it here, all right? Again, because it's saying that finish date cannot be earlier than end date, so that let's say 20 of the March, so that we have 15 days planned and finish dates between. So that what I do, I created my cards. When I save it and close it, my peer number 3 is created now. Okay? And another thing is that now I can say that who will be responsible this work. And you can easily go to responsible person and select the responsible. And from the responsible, you can assign that responsible person will be for this peer tech-in, so that you can see here all the list of your people. And when you assign the person, immediately this task will be assigned to tech-in, so that you can see that tech-in is now responsible the work. Okay? What I need to more? I need to put some comments and description, so that description of the work that this is not standard here. Okay? And it is documents are attached, so that you just write it some description of the work. Okay? And by this way, any other person who is responsible for this task can come and understand it. Of course, we can have it here more detail, location and location of the peers. I don't want to go to too much details, but you can write a spend length, reason, and that kind of things. But the basic info is here, that the peer number, peer date, start date, and end date. So that we have now task is ready. And as an owner of the task, I can also assign documents on that. So that what kind of document I can assign? I can open the cards, go to documents, and in my project, I can open the project here, documentation. I can say that, all right, I would like to edit here the document, which is excavation, and this is another drawing and transmittal form, so that I attach 3 documents for this. I can also open the document, by the way, just to preview it here, because we have online previewer, so that you can open the document and you can see that this is the document which I attach. Or you can also here open the documents. Doesn't matter it is Excel, Words, or any kind of documents. You can see that documents can be online previewed, or PDF. You can also open the PDF file and you can see that this is the documents which is attached. All right. Of course, if you want to have any markup on documents or download documents available, or you can open the documents and you can just assign on the document some markup that please change. So that what I am doing it, I add also the notes for the documents, and it will be available for other people. If I have new documents, by drag and drop, I can also upload it to new document. So that when I put it the document, I save it. Now you can see that I have now document. All right. So that I created my task. By the way, if you have Primavera, Microsoft project, Telos, Power project, we imported those tasks using in the middle Excel. To all the tasks can come here and you can easily create it. I'm just doing manually. All right. Now I'm saying that, okay, piling work can start, so that I move the card just by selecting the like post-it way, just selecting and saying that, okay, let's start piling work. All right. And now piling work is automatically saying that this is the 10%. 10% is counted, but not approved yet. First of all, I need to do some checklist, complete some steps. So that what I do now, I open the card details here and go to checklist. And I can say that, all right, first of all, letter of accepting start work. Is it completed? I'm saying yes. So that I'm gonna check in, and today is the 20th of December, and you can see that check-in is just say that it's okay. And you can say, I attach in on task. So you can also write the comments. Work is completed. Let's say that my site people is completed the work. You can also edit the work is completed. And you can also write it work check. We can invite the inspector, and we would like the inspector approve the work, yes, so that they check the work, and also work is approved by inspector, so that they are saying that okay, work is done according to the specification, we accept it. And then we need documentation for it, so that we need the signature, collect the documentation, and when we have the documentation completed, we can say okay, that this is all the checklist done. I have a question. If this checklist individual, we can have each stage different kind of checklist, okay? And you can load a checklist even manually, one by one, or you can load it as a template, 20, 100 checklist. The checklist is subject, which is we have a template and you can load it. So that I say, okay, checklist completed, all right? But the cart is still not moved on the right side. The reason cart is not moved on the right side, because we need to get approval. So that approval person, let's say in this case, I'm an admin and I'm here, I check the checklist completed and I checked all information and I'm saying that, okay, I am approving the work. So that please just here, when I approve the cards, please see that card is automatically moved to pile cap. Okay? And in the pile cap, you can see we entered this is the progress for 25%. Now, let's say one of my colleague who is also assigned to this work or me wants to move the card myself manually to pier elevation. And it is giving me the information that the card cannot be moved, checklist is not fully done. It means that I need to fulfill the checklist, and without moving the checklist, it will be immediately just moving back the card, so that you can see that system doesn't allow me that I can change the status of work or enter the progress here. So that's why what I need to do, I need to open as a person, go to checklist, and from the checklist, I need to perform that, okay, letter of acceptance completed, work is completed, checklist by inspector completed, and works approved by inspector, and documentation is completed. So that I can easily say, okay, then this 5 list checklist has been completed. By this way, when I say okay, and it's uploaded here, and now I will be able to say approved. When you say the approved, the card is moved to automatically to pier elevation, and you can see that I have progress here, and it is just the same process. So that you can do it again the same. So that I open it. Okay, there is a question. Question is. Question from Aswar. Based on the checklist weightage, we can update the progress piling 10%. It will be considered 100%. I have 5 checklists, each checklist 20%. If one checklist completed means 2%. So, okay. The question is that if we can apply here the weightage to checklist, all right? Well, I am generally recommending that we just focus on the general progress, so that you can see here it's automatically updating when you move the cards, yes. But you can also manually enter here the progress by yourself, so that it's 50%, but you can also say 55% is completed, so that you can also enter the progress manually, and you can see that 55%. And during the stage, you can also say that 60% completed. At the moment, we don't have weightage in the checklist, but it can be done. I mean that you can also enter the manual that's 60%, or you can say that, okay, progress is going that 65%, and by this way you can add it in 65%. But when you checklist completed, so that complete that one, and you can see that we have 5 checklists completed. And this is very important because in construction, generally, we move the next stage without getting the proper documentation and approval. And later on, we have an issue for the money collection or accepting the final work. But this is very important to apply for proper checklists. When you say, okay, I can open it. And when you say approved, card is moved to here automatically. And from the colors, you can see that it's showing that red colors is here. It means that we have 10%. The green colors is here. We have 25%. And each stage, how much progress we have entered, we can also see by colors. And this is the way how we are entering the work. Okay. What else we can put it on the cards? On the card, we can edit documents. We can also put it the comments, which is that we can all the time correspond in this that we have delay on progress. We need to work faster. So that what is the idea? Idea is keeping all information in the task level. So that in task, we are attaching all the information so that you can put the comments. And you can easily see that I have a comments here that you can open the comments. I have a document here, I can open the document. So that this is very useful, right? Of course, we have a cost. We can also attach the cost. But what else we can have it? Number one, stage log. Stage log is the very valuable area because we can track history of the task, which is that the 20th of December, the work for peer move from, let me just make it here shorter. Okay. And 20th of December, from uninitialized, we move to piling, moved by checking. The cards stay here 1 day. Okay. And in 20th of December, from piling the pile cap, Tekken again move the cards, and duration limit is 5 days. What does it mean? Piling stage has 5 days duration. If card will be standing here 6 days, we will have -1 day delay and notification that this card is delayed in this stage. Pile cap is a 7 days. It means that the card can stay here 7 days without delay. If there will be 10 days, it will be -3. So that we will have it here also tracking the delay on the cards. And peer elevation is this here. You can see that this is the 7 days. And peer head is a 10 days. So that you can see here the durations. And when you move the card from one stage to another stage, you can immediately see that when it's moved and from whom it's moved. All right. So that this is the another value which you can track the progress. Of course, we can also attach here the codes. Codes will help, for example, who is the clients, who is the contractors. These are, we have a code structures here. And from here, you can say that this is the tower type, tier type, and you can edit here, for example, some codes. You can say that, okay, we are going to have, let's say, here, level 1, level 0. And when you would like to just track the codes, and when you just open the level, okay, when you select level 0, you will see just the level 0. If you select it all, you will see all the cards. This is one thing. Another one, you can also open, for example, the cards. I would like to see the only Tekken works. You can filter the task by this way, all right? Or we have here section 1, section 2. I would like to just see the peers in section 1 and peer in section 2, so that you can also filter and group the task. Okay. What else? By the way, do you have any question till now on? Any question? All right. So that the cart, what we can put more, we can put the notes in the cart. So that notes means that when we have a project notes we can assign, kind of, let's say, all right, I want to edit the notes to task, note dates, the phase, the note status, that you can put it, for example, incidents, number of sites, and major violations, penalty cases. And these are the, for example, the status of the, let's say, that near miss case, and you can write it here, the notes. All right. And you can just save the notes. By this way, notes will be added for the task. Okay, this is also another area which you can add it. We can register issues. When you have issues related to task, you can also put it the issues, which is that, let's say we have issue name is material is low quality. All right. And you can also register it that, okay, we are submitted this issue. The type is technology, and issue owner is taken, responsible person and priority is a high. And you can say that the material we receive is not good quality. We need to check later. Okay. So that you can just write it, that kind of things, and issue ID that issue 001. And when you save and close, okay, responsible person, right? So that you need to assign the responsible person for this. And when you say assign that there is no responsible person, then I can assign on the list. If there will be the list, I will be assigning because it's a required field, and it will be saving as a issue forms in the system, so that we can have here issue attach, notes attach, and information. Okay, there's a one question. Question is there any way peer 2 cannot be earlier than peer 3? Okay, we are not a critical path scheduling system. We do not have scheduling. Okay, that this is the Paul project doing, Primavera doing, Microsoft project doing, and we are not a scheduling software. But the good question, if peer 2 can be earlier than peer 3, so that you want to keep at least some logic, the question is yes. Question is yes, because we can create it here, link like predecessor and successor, we call do after, so that you can say that peer number 3 cannot be earlier than peer number 4. When you put this, system will not allow, even you have all the checklists completed, even you have all the work done, cart cannot move the next day, so that you can create it, that kind of logic between the tasks. All right. And okay, our friends from Donut, why-isetia customer, he's asking if it is recorded, this session. Yes, this session is recorded, Donut, and if you require, we can also do it for you individual. You are one of our best customers from Dubai, so we can also send you the link. The presentation is recorded, and we will share with you. Another question from India, Prasanna. For each card, duration limit can be altered Some case, depending on the site situation, task can be predicted than usual. So duration limit fixing at the task level. Okay. We put duration as a stage level, but please remember it. For each task, we are also able to enter the effort. Okay. So that we have, first of all, planned start date 1st of January. Planned finish date is 8th of January. But we can also enter it here man hours. This is a 10 hours work, or this is 100 hours work. Okay. And we can also register later on actuals by man hours. So we can do this. Plus, we also compare planned versus actual start date, so that we plan to start 1st of January. All right. But unfortunately, we started, let's say, 3rd of January. So you can see that we also keep individual planned and actual start date, and planned and actual finish date, and planned and actual man hours. This is very important, so that you can also do it this way. So that this is very also useful, and you can enter the planned, progress, and actuals for this direction. Okay. And any question? Okay. Question is about the cost. One of our attendees is asking where we can add the cost. Okay. Well, I don't want to go very detailed because this system can be used in very basic task tracking system. You can create a task and just move the card, and you can just make it. But for the cost, we have possibilities. You can open here the cost, and here we just go to expenses. All right. And you can edit, for example, expenses here. So that peer number, this one, peer number 3, we would like to put it here, for example, expense cost, let's say concrete. And expense name, concrete work. Expense categories is a material. And this description, and this is a concrete material for peer number 3. And expense plan date and responsible person, you can just select it here who will be the responsible. Tagging, let's say quantity, we can say quantity is a 500 cubic meters, and unit price is, let's say, 100. System will automatically make it. This is the 50,000. All right. And you can write it as supplier, documents, budget reason, that kind of things, and you can save and say that, okay, this is my budget for this task. Okay. We have line items. This is budget for this, so that when you just save it, you can see that we have also now expenditures as a budget. Later, you can enter here actual expense. Actual expense, you can just go and you can say that, all right, here my cost, and you can just say actual is, let's say, expense peer 02, and quantity is, let's say, 200, let's say, and it's automatically calculated this one. And when you save and close, and system will be here showing that this is the planned, which was 40,000 is remaining budget. 50,000 is my budget for concrete, 10,000 I use it, so that you can also enter second time. And here you can say, okay, this time we made it 150, and save and close. System will help you cost controlling for the construction activities by line items. If it is you have budget for 50,000, 10,000 in this date, 15,000 in this date, 10 cubic meters in this state, 150 in this state has been used, and remaining budget is this. If you enter here over budget, let's say, okay, the next time we have 205. System will immediately just showing that, okay, that still I have a budget, by the way, okay, 4,500. I can add it, for example, this time probably will be over budget, so that we have here 125. And you can see that system is giving you immediately here warning that we have 8,000 over budget for this task. Any question? Okay, by the way, piling, pile cap, pier elevation is a one example, but you can create it individual stage. Let me go and show you other example. For example, you can create another board for procurement activities. You can open the for procurement activities. And in procurement activities, you can see that this is a tower. First, receive request, send quotation, receive order, deliver materials. You can just set up here your own stages, or let's go to another one. For example, tower construction. Here, we just make it here tower 1, tower 2, tower 3, and land, design, procurement, tender, construction, so that you can see the tower is in the land stage, it is in the design, it is in the procurement, it is in the tender. Donald has a question and actually comments that he's saying it can be included for all the departments. Yes, that's the point. This system can be used for design team, sales team, procurement team, HR team, and anything else. And I'm showing construction activities, but many administration works can be done here also. We have a client they are using for IT support. They just register the here tickets. They call this one as a ticket. And when they register the ticket, they are assigning the person. When the person is completing the work, they are saying issues is solved. We have also client who are producers. And when they get the orders, each card is a client name. You can enter it. Even you can have projects so that if, for example, you are sending offer, you can say that offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, offer prepared, offer sent, offer accepted, offer rejected, contract signed. So that you can decide it how to implement the system, all right? And you can just make it that kind of thing. System is generating any offers. Question from Donut. We don't have preparation of offer, but when you prepare the offer, offer is a document. You can attach document to this card so that document, you have document management area, which is here. Offer you keep in document, and document is without duplicating can be attached to task. And by this way, you can send it to client. Yes, document can be sent it to client. Status can be updated by this way. This can be used in many applications, many processes. Okay. For example, here another one, which is, let's say, milestone for the construction work. And you can see these are the tender phase, construction permit, press start work, warehouse, cutter and warehouse, and here land, design, procurement, tender, and construction. You can have in that kind of stages. One thing which I also want to show, this is a process board, which is, we have workflow mechanism, which is, I show only the approve, but it can be also possible if you reject it, card can move 2 stages backwards so that you can have it process board. If you look in this case, and this is piling, pile cap, pier elevation, it's going this direction, and steel decking. In the steel decking, which is the final stage, if the work is rejected, all the pier need to be started again. So that, let me show you here. And this one, let's say we have completed all stages and the checklist. By the way, you can add new checklist items also, all right? And you can see that this is here approved. And now I open the steel decking and you can see if I approve it, it will move to archive. If I reject it, please look at this card, peer number 3, right? Let me just make it this one shorter here, all right? And this is the peer number 3. I will reject it and it will move the here back, all right? So that I open it here. I'm saying reject. Sorry, checklist. Okay, let's say I save this checklist. And now checklist is completed. When I say OK, I open it here and rejecting. You can see that the card moved back. It's respect the workflow which I created. You can create it. Steel decking can be going 1 step or 2 step back, that kind of things. And these are not hard coding programming. These are user level. You can do by yourself that kind of workflow. We have an engine. You can just create it, that kind of things. Okay. Mr. Selim from Turkey is asking if these activities can be moved from Power Projects or Tilos. Yes. Let me show how we do. You can open these activities in the task level here and export it in Excel. Okay. We have direct integration with Excel. Any data in Excel can be moved to here, and from here we can move it to back. We are creating in the middle of Excel so that many of our customers in using Tilos or Power Project or Primavera, creating schedule in Primavera or Tilos in Asta Power Project, sending this Excel macro, which we have here in this format, and transferring back to our why-isetia board. Then entering progress, sending back to Primavera, Tilos, and Power Project for tracking. So the process is working like this. Planner is creating schedule, bringing here, assigning work to people, collecting the progress, and entering the system of Primavera or Power Project or Tilos. This is, they use the system as a project progress tracking system. All right? Any more question? Of course, we have reporting, we have possibilities for a lot of options, but I think that my colleagues are telling me that my time is almost done. And we are repeating, also going to make it each month 2 free sessions for different functionality, because I said it has a risk management, issue management, lesson learned management, and reporting, and portfolio management, and project management capabilities. So that today we speak about only for task management. By the way, this can be used for any individual task also. You can create it your individual dashboard, register it for the reminder or to do for yourself, and follow up the status. So that system is really like we call, you can extend it anywhere you want. This is very flexible, and that's why we have a lot of customers. They are happy to use this system in their project. Any more question? All right. So that, thank you very much for your time, and we wish you also Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And if you have any individual questions, please contact with our business development and regional managers or our partners in your territory. We will be able to deliver you more detailed presentation, and keeping that New Year will bring you and your family the best. And thanks for your time, really, and hoping to see you soon in the new year as well. And have a nice day, and have a nice week, and have a nice year.